Going on, guys? We're going to do a little bit of a live trading here. So I'm all wrapped up for the day on the funded accounts, but we're opening up a new Top Step combine. Currently up $129 on it. Not looking, not looking for too much today. Seeing if we can catch one more trade. So a little bit of a trade idea that I do have here is Nasdaq, incredible rally off the floor, right? I don't think anyone can argue that. We actually had this bottom in Evolution Traders. A lot of us took this continuation, right? This bounce off the floor. And what we were looking at originally from earlier today was a pullback on the Nasdaq into the 50s. Got that, and as soon as we started to see the reversal form with a little bit of buying power, we took that long. So that was a very, very nice trade. That kind of capped off my funded trades. So decided I wanted to open up a new combine and kind of trade that around here. I do have a trade idea. Obviously, if we do break the highs, 20,214, I'd be interested in, but I'm also looking at this short. So this short below this little consolidation has room to kind of test 70s. So I would be looking for the test into 70s and then see if that wants to continue to push a little bit down into these 40s, right? So if we get below and we get into these 70s, the next real support is going to be sitting right around 20,000, 127, 130 into like that 155 mark. So if we can get down into this zone, maybe overshoot a 10-day moving average that I have here, I would be looking for that move. Now on the hourly chart, the daily chart, they look really, really good to the long side. So this is nothing more than just a quick kind of, pull back off of the bounce, not looking for this to go touch low of day or anything like that. On my hourly chart, what I'm looking at is I have room down to the 30. So that 20,133 could definitely be a mark that we're going to be looking for. So again, a lot of this game is patience. I'm definitely going to have another order that's above the high of day for a quick little scalp there, if that does want to go ahead and continue to run. Again, when you're watching a significant move that we've had off the floor today, your best friend is if you're not kind of taking advantage of the move, okay? If you're not taking advantage of that move, you really need to sit on your hands and be a lot more patient, because it's very, very hard to kind of catch a move, that came essentially off the floor, from, let's call it 20,000, and we're currently up 200 points, right? So it's very hard to try to continue to catch the long to the upside when you're up 200 points from the floor. So your best, the best thing you can possibly do is just kind of sit quiet, be a little bit more patient, and allow things to kind of set up, right? Again, if you, right now it's currently 9:18 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, so we are in lunch. I expect a little bit of a pullback during lunch. Again, that's what I'm kind of looking for, is a little bit of the reverse move. See if we can catch a little bit of a trade here. And if we do continue to take out the high side, that would also be something that I would be very interested here. Right at around, this 20,215 mark. So again, a little bit of a two-sided trade here, depending on which one wants to confirm first. Definitely, this is just purely playing price action. Again, for those of you guys who follow me, 20 SMA play worked great to the long side. 20 SMA play worked pretty decent. There was a little bit of chop early on the first short, and then we had that 30-minute opening range, and then 30-minute opening range to the top side. So, those are some of the setups that I look for on a day in and day out basis. Why? Because I know that they're going to happen on a day in and day out basis. Every single day we're going to get, we're going to get a 30-minute candle, right? Every single day you're going to get some type of close over under the 20 SMA. So those are good opportunities to kind of take your stabs at a reoccurring event. When you're looking to put on trades like how I'm doing right now, you're simply playing the price action on what you're looking at, right? What you've been watching all day. So, it's a little bit of a different style of trade here. but you can definitely, you know, either add or lose money from your P&L. But again, you know, you do have to put some type of risk on the table if you are trying to make cash. You have to respect and own the bias. Just kind of be searching around my Discord right now. Bodo Man missed a trade at work. A few setups finished strong. $839 for Bodo. We had some really good traders today. Charlie had some nice gains between anywhere between $250 and $550 on his Express account over there. Looks very, very good. What else do we got here? Who else? Felix had another very good day there, around $140 times 4 accounts. Elder with $319, very, very nice. Neki caught that short early in the morning on the Qs, over $600 there on that trade. So very, very good move there for the team at Evolution Traders. So again, this video, a little bit different style because it is live price action. It is a live market. So it might be a little dull. Just treat it as a live stream. Again, what I won't be looking for much, maybe 10 points, around that range, between 5, 10, 12 points, depending on how fast it goes. Again, the move to the downside now that we've kind of been holding this flag pattern is a little bit more weaker to me, just because we have rising support in the 80s. So we would truly need to lose 20,183, and then that would have some significant room down to the 30s and 40s. Again, that 1 hour chart, we still got that rising supply at the 5 and 10 day moving average at 20,133. So I'm going to be a little bit patient here. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I've got those orders kind of put out there. I'm going to just do some housekeeping on the back end here in the Discord, and then just kind of hang out and wait for something to happen. Also, you guys could definitely leave a comment. Let me know how you guys did today. There was some great moves, both sides, right? We had a very, very drastic and dramatic flush early, and then we had that very dramatic bounce to the upside. So provided opportunities for not only the bulls but the bears as well, and definitely provided opportunities for scalpers and day traders to definitely try to get in there and squeeze some cash off of this momentum, which is good to see, because yesterday was, you know, wasn't the best of price action. It was very, very choppy. Ranges were very wide. I know for us, a lot of trades were getting triggered, and then it just wasn't really working for much more than a 5-point take profit. And that's what I had running yesterday, was a 5-point take profit. Early to start the day, I also had a 5-point take profit, kind of stacked up that balance. And then once I seen that bounce, I was able to hold for a little bit longer than 5 points. Definitely because, you know, there was some money in the bank there. We had a little bit of a cushion, and we started to see that serious strong momentum. This was very, very strong momentum here. So 7:45, 7:50, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. This was strong momentum, right? As soon as we started to break through some of these you know, some of these volume areas, we really started to gain speed, right? And then you can see we kind of slowed down here at that 21,000 or 20,100 area. So we're looking at this support here at the 81s. This short position is triggered in now, and we are in this position 2 mini contracts. So we're going to let this work just a little bit here, and we're going to see if we can get a nice little continuation to the downside. What I'm looking at here is trying to reattempt to test 70s, because if I'm looking at an 8:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time candle, right before we really started to shoot up, that's where we had a little bit of resistance, and that little bit of resistance is going back to the zone of the first opening range candle here. So that first opening range candle at 6:30 in the morning is the one that I'm looking at that was causing a little bit of rejection. And later on in the day, once we really started to push through that, that's when we got that last push into this new high of day. So again, because this is a combine, we're playing a little bit more of an aggressive size, and we're going to kind of let this thing dance around a little bit. Again, we're probably looking, you know, for something close to a 10-point take profit here. So depending on how much it wants to flush. If I really start to see it flush with some momentum, I'll quickly take this take profit off and see if I can squeeze a few more points, maybe another 5-6 points on that position. So currently, I believe you guys can see it on the screen. We're down about $150 here on this position, but again, we are playing too many contracts and we are looking for that little bit of a flush here. So again, the main thing here is always, when you do enter into positions and it's kind of dancing around on you, you have to remain patient. I do have a mental stop loss here in my head. If we're trying to target at least around $400, right? Again, this could change if I see the price action start to firm up and really push up to the upside. But anything between $300, $400, $500 here, we've got to give that just about an equal amount of risk, or maybe even a little bit more. Those of you guys who do know me know that I do like to run a little bit of an inverse risk to reward ratio, just slightly. Because I do operate at a little bit of a higher win rate. Again, those losses are going to be a tad bigger than my winners. But if you're able to catch one of these moves, this essentially could be a one and done trade. Now we're starting to get that flush down here. Let's see if we can get that push into the 70s. Again, the only thing kind of holding us up right now is a 10-day moving average here on the 5-minute time frame. That 1 hour chart, looking at those highs at around 70, and we just got tagged there, guys. So that was a $400 trade there live that you guys seen. Kind of talked to you guys through that. Again, I've got a little bit of a level here. Which level was this here? I see that was yesterday's high. So this yellow line that you see on the screen, yesterday's high, if we do start to push through yesterday's high and push down towards 20,143, that would be the next kind of stop. And then from there, you can see we had a lot of consolidation in this range, especially from early on in the open to, that 820 into that 835, 840 area. That's where you're going to pick up a little bit more volume. Again, like on this particular trade, because the move is so strong to the upside, we weren't looking for some type of test of low of day. Okay, that's not essentially what we're looking for. What we're looking for is just a slight pullback into some of those rising supports, okay? Because again, we're going against the trend. The trend, as of recently, with the last hour, 2 hours, the trend is higher. So we're not looking for some type of new low of day. We're just looking for some type of pullback into rising support. Take our scalp, take our easy, quick cash. Again, even on this trade, trading too many contracts, we were only down maybe about $200, $220 at any one given time. So it really wasn't that much heat. Again, if it did start to shoot to the upside, maybe $500, $600, max pain, which is around $300 a mini contract on this potential trade. And the reason why such, a little bit bigger of a stop is because we were at least trying to get that $400, right? We're trying to get that $400 price target that we had in there. It's just an automated bracket that I have in there. I normally like to start off with that, type of 10-point, 5-point take profit, and then manually adjust it depending on what the price is doing. Sometimes when, you get filled, it just automatically fills your TP. You don't really have time to adjust it, which is fine. I'm always fine with that. Sometimes if it's kind of trickling around, I will adjust that stop loss or, decrease that take profit, so sometimes I'll start off with a 10-15 point take profit, but if I see prices struggling, I'll kind of move it up into that 5-point range. And then obviously if it gets tagged, it gets tagged, right? If it decides to go later, hey, that's fine. But all in all, just wanted to show you guys, as I seen this setting up on a chart, wanted to get on here, wanted to record this. Again, it's 9:30 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. So wanted to record this so you guys can kind of see how I would manage an active trade. Now, again, this is just a top step combine. We did play too many contracts. We took a $400 trade. We were already up around $100. So current P&L on this is $524. This account's going to be done today. Could I sit here and try to take more trades and try to increase that number? Sure. But I'm a big advocate for finding an opportunity, making some quick cash, and just going on and living your life. Again, the more trades you take, the more probability you're opening yourself up to a loss. For me, it's all about just stacking gains. Even if it was a $100 winner on the day, $200 winner, $50 winner, it's okay. We just keep logging those greens. We keep moving on. I'm not a big, advocate for trying to sit here and take 10, 15, 20 scalps. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, that typically the market will give you 1 or 2 moves, directional moves, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, but everything else in between is just a continuation of what's been going on, right? So I would expect probably a continuation higher just based on the daily chart. The daily chart looks really, really good. So I would believe that this is a great pullback, right? If you're not going to take advantage of the scalp to the downside, just a quick scalp, that this is a great area of opportunity to try to get in on the bounce, right? You get in somewhere down here near these highs where we, you know, kind of, you can see it really exploded through. You get in down here near this low, you can use the previous day high or whatever particular level you have, the consolidation here from this big, you know, green bar. You can use this as a stop. You know, you can use a rising 20 as a stop. You can use whatever you want as a stop. But what I'm saying is typically, you know, when you're in an uptrend or you're starting to form a serious uptrend here, and again, I would call this an uptrend because it's 200 points from the floor. But as soon as you start to see that and identify that, you know, you're looking for the pullbacks to play the bounces, right? Or you're looking for the quick scalp into that support. And that was all, you know, we really did here. I would expect, again, like I said, based on the daily chart, if we can really start to clear out 20,215 for this to continue to run, we definitely have a lot of room to the upside. With that being said, I will catch all of you guys on the next video. I will catch you guys in the next live stream. If you guys would like to join Evolution Traders, that link is down in the description box below. If you guys need some Apex account, that link is also down in the description box below. Just use code SAVE80. Make sure you use the link. That way I get credit for it. And again, $85 activation fees, 1 day to pass. You guys know the deal. I will see all of you guys on the next video.